personally love a good Boozy fragrance. However, I know a lot of women are not really into them because they don't want to walk around smelling like alcohol. The fragrances that I'm going to share with you today give me that boozy, sexy vibe I'm looking for, but no worries, sis, you are not going to walk around smelling like you've been drinking. So if you're interested in seeing these fragrances, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Aisha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, we're talking about boozy fragrances today. So all of these fragrances feature some alcoholic note. Now, just for the record, I didn't really include any boozy vanillas because in my opinion, when I think about a boozy vanilla, it's mainly vanilla with some boozy undertones. So I left those out because I feel like that will be a whole video by itself. So the fragrances that I'll be featured in today's video are other types of boozy fragrances. I also wanted to make mention that all of these fragrances are great for nighttime or cooler or colder weather. I did do a boozy fragrance video, I believe it was in 2022, that was featuring more warm weather boozy fragrances. I will link that video for you all, but all of these are perfect for right now or for date night. So let's go ahead and get into these fragrances. So this first fragrance is from Armani, and this is Overture Woman. First of all, can we talk about this bottle? I love it. The beautiful frosted glass, the rose gold details, it's just perfection. The juice color, everything just goes really, really nicely together. So I absolutely love this fragrance. This one is probably one of the boozier fragrances on this list, but you still won't smell like you drowned yourself in alcohol. So when I smell this, I get a good amount of a dark liquor, possibly cognac or dark rum, not quite sure, but something very dark, very luxurious, very refined. Then mixed with that booziness, I get something that smells like apple, like a red apple, and then also something like some sort of dark fruit, possibly plum or dried fruit. And then in the background of this, you have a leathery touch. So the leathery touch is noticeable to me, sometimes more than other times. Sometimes when I wear it, I feel like I don't smell the leather and it's just like boozy sweetness. And then other times I do smell the leather. However, to me, the leather is very controlled. It's very smooth, refined leather. So if you are scared of leather and fragrances, or you're not a fan of leather and fragrances, don't let that scare you away from this one. If you like something like Xerjoff La Capitale, it is the same kind of type of leather that is in this fragrance. They don't smell the same, but the leathery touches to me are quite similar. Anyway, I love this fragrance for date night. This is definitely giving me sexy vibes. This is one that I've worn when it's hot just because I don't feel like it's super overpowering, but I've only worn it in an air-conditioned environment. I would not wear this out on a hot day or night and be outside. Like, I just don't think it would work. But if you're gonna be inside, you're gonna have air conditioner, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. And in typical Armani fashion, this is not an easygoing scent. It's not a safe blind buy. This is not something that everyone is going to love. But I will say, if you go, you smell this and you love it, nobody will be smelling like you anywhere you go. Like, you're not gonna walk up on somebody smelling like this because it's quite unique and I love it. And I think that as we keep getting more and more fragrances to the market, it's harder to get those unique fragrances, but this is definitely one of them. So I would highly recommend, if you're looking to try something that's different, boozy, great for date night or for cold weather, definitely check this one out. So again, that is Armani Overture Woman. This next fragrance, I think I featured in my warm weather boozy fragrances, but I'm featuring in this video too because I feel like it works honestly for any season. So the fragrance we're talking about is Creation E Parfum Cologne. Now this one is targeted towards men. However, I think it is quite unisex. If you've been watching my channel a while, I'm sure you've heard me talk about this fragrance because I absolutely love it. To me, this is an elevated rum and coke scent. That's what it smells like to me. So it's boozy, it's sweet, it's a little spicy, but spicy in a way of like soda, in my opinion. There's also something in this that gives it a fizzy texture. It kind of has more of a transparent quality on the skin, but it is very present. When I say it has a transparent quality, I don't mean that it's soft. I don't mean that it's light. This is definitely one that people will smell on you. I find that it projects off the skin really, really well without being overpowering at all. I love this. So typically I like to wear this in the hot weather if I'm going to be outside and there's going to be a breeze, because like people will be smelling you. People will be complimenting you on this. However, I wore this the other day and it wasn't cold, but it was a cooler day and I just loved it. It wasn't even nighttime, y'all. I just wanted to wear the fragrance. So I wore it and I absolutely loved it. So this is definitely year-round appropriate. I feel like this used to be quite popular on YouTube, but not really anymore. And I guess just because it's an older fragrance, people are not really checking for it anymore. But let me tell you, check for it, okay? This one deserves to be checked for, okay? Love it. So again, that is Creation E Parfum Cologne from Rosa Parfums. Next up, I have Boho Boko Wet Cherry Liquor. Now, judging off the name, you may think that this is just gonna be all liquor. And the liquor is definitely present in this scent. When I smell this, I get a bright, fun cherry mixed with some sort of alcohol, but it doesn't smell boozy in the way of being deep dark. It's more of a bright booziness to this fragrance. I don't know what type of alcohol is in here, but if I had to guess, I would guess something like vodka, or I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what vodka smells like. But to me, it doesn't feel like it's a deep, dark cognac or deep, dark rum. It's more of a brighter liquor. And then mixed with that bright, fun, sexy cherry, you also get something deeper and darker. And the longer that this wears on the skin, that nature kind of comes out a little bit more. And it kind of smells a little bit leathery. I'm not sure if leather is a note. I really don't remember. But that's what it smells like to me. Like leather or saffron is in the base of this fragrance. And it really grounds this fragrance. So this to me is more of a fun, almost trashy type of sexy scent. This is not like the sophisticated sexy scent. This is like no holds barred type of sexy scent. I love it. It is different. It's not something that I would normally veer towards, but I tried it out and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I think there's just something so fun and sexy and carefree about this. So if you're looking to try a different cherry scent, then this will be one you may want to try, especially if you're looking for a boozy scent. So again, that is Wet Cherry Liquor from Boho Boko. This next fragrance is the quintessential boozy cherry, and this is none other than Tom Ford Lost Cherry. This is the OG cherry for me and for many others, and I love this one. I shouldn't have sprayed it because I have like basically nothing in this bottle, but I sprayed it on here anyway. Anyway, this is a deep, dark, sexy, boozy, dripping cherry. So whereas Wet Cherry Liquor, I feel like is a brighter cherry, this one is definitely a dark cherry, a deep, sexy scent. Now, there is an almond note, I believe, in this fragrance that to me combines really well with the cherry and the booziness. And it just, this scent is just perfection to me. I feel like I've talked about this so much that I kind of didn't want to include it, but I definitely think of this as a boozy scent along with being a cherry scent. And I think, I don't know, I just love it. I cannot get enough of this one. I love to wear this one anytime, really. I can actually wear this one during the day, no problem. I can wear it year round, but I think that usually when I wear it, it's for either a in the house date night or an outside date night because it just feels so deep and sexy to me. I know it gets a lot of flack, but I feel like I don't even want to talk about that anymore because I love this scent. It works for me. It doesn't have terrible performance in my opinion, but you know, it's all subjective. But this is one that I absolutely love and had to include it in this list. So again, that's Tom Ford Lost Cherry. The next fragrance is from Initio, and this is Side Effect. So this one again features some sort of dark liquor, and it also features saffron, which to me gives it some spice, but it also gives it more of a leathery feel in this fragrance. This one is one of those deep dark fragrances perfect for date night. It is really present, like people are really gonna smell it on you, and it lasts a long time. However, it's not super projecting in my opinion, but for this type of scent, I feel like it works. Now, of course, if you overspray your whole body, spray it all over your clothes, it's gonna be projecting. It is a quite dense scent. However, if you spray this normally like a normal person does, or even if you overspray it a little bit, I feel like, I don't want to say it sits close to the skin because it doesn't, but it's definitely one that somebody could be like right next to you, or you know, very cozy with you, and I don't think it would be too much. And I like that about it. I think this is a perfect date night scent, and I even wear this on like my little date nights in the house too. I never feel like it's overpowering, although it is a dense, thick scent. It is gorgeous, y'all. Absolutely gorgeous, perfect for cold weather, but honestly, this is one I could pull for any time of year as long as it's at night and I'm feeling this type of vibe. So again, that is Initio Side Effect. This next fragrance is from Gallagher Parfums, and this is Rosé All Day. Now I have this in the older bottle. They do have newer bottles that I honestly don't even like. I know this one's kind of plain and basic, but I actually prefer this. To me, the newer bottles look a lot more masculine. So if you see this in another bottle, they're the same fragrance. They just changed your packaging. Anyway, this one is a controversial one, but it's one that I happen to love. So when I smell this, I definitely get an apple note, and it's a sweet kind of apple pie type note. But in addition to that, I definitely get like some other sort of deep dark fruit. I'm assuming it's something like plum. And you get this beautiful booziness to it. And to me, the booziness smells like a wine. It doesn't really smell like rosé wine to me though. I know the name is Rosé All Day, but it doesn't smell like rosé wine to me. I think that's more like crisp and light and fruity. This one smells like some sort of dark, full body red wine, but one that you can smell the fruits in. Hopefully that makes sense. I love this scent. It does have a stainless steel note in it, and I know that's what makes it a controversial fragrance. And I get that in a way, like it smells like there's a little bit of a cold nature into it that kind of breaks up some of that foodiness. But on my skin, I don't feel like that really pulls out much. It's more of an interpretation of it not smelling completely foody. I love this one, y'all. Also, this one is quite potent. So even though I've had it for a while, you see I don't have really any dent because this is not one that I would overspray. This is one that because it's so sweet and thick and dense, I feel like if you overspray it, you're gonna make yourself sick and probably hate the fragrance. So this is one that if you try it with caution, y'all. Do not go in and do, no. Don't do the lawnmower with this one, okay? Be very careful. Because this one is a beast, but I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous, it's unique, and although it's a foodie scent, it still gives off sexy vibes in my opinion. So again, that is Rosé All Day from Gallagher Fragrances. This next fragrance is from Kilian, and this is Angel Share. And this is probably the quintessential boozy scent for women at this point in time. This one is so popular for good reason though. It's a great fragrance. I personally don't wear it enough. I feel like I need to wear it more. But I don't know. For some reason, I don't wear it a ton, but it is quite popular and I think it's for good reason, well deserved. So to me, this smells like apple and cognac and oak. Smells sweet, kind of apple pie-ish, but not overly foody. It is delicious smelling. Now this fragrance is probably one of the boozier fragrances on this list, but it is combined with that very sweet apple pie-ish type note. And I guess that's why it appeals to a lot of women. I feel like at this point, I think more women wear this than men, which is not generally the case with boozy fragrances. So I think that's quite interesting, but it's gorgeous. I need to wear this more and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we may have a babysitter soon. So hopefully we'll get back to doing regular date nights because I feel like that's kind of why I don't wear it, because I feel like this is definitely more of a date night scent. Even if it's cold, this is not one that I typically want to wear out during the day. I just feel like it's too sexy for that. So again, that is Angel Share by Killian. This next fragrance is from Milano Fragrance, and this is called Pantone. This one is definitely a gourmand scent, but it has a booziness to it as well. So what this smells like to me is a fruitcake that's been cooked with a lot of rum in it. I don't know if y'all are familiar with what the dessert that I'm talking about, but if you're from the South, meaning America, the South, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, all those states, okay? If you're from the South, I'm sure you have had fruitcake. Like somebody in your family made fruitcake. I'm not a fan of fruitcake, but that's what this smells like, and it smells so good. So think of a rich, bready dessert that has dried fruits, including raisins in there. It smells so good. And then it also smells like a dark rum is either poured into it or a lot was mixed into the batter, or however they make, I don't know how they make fruitcake, y'all. But however they make it, a lot of rum was used to prepare it. And oh my gosh, it's so freaking good. I love the way this smells. It just smells delicious. Reminds me of Christmas time. Reminds me of my late great aunt who used to always make fruitcake that I never wanted to eat. But the smell is just so prominent in my memory. So love this one. Again, that is Pantone by Milano Fragrance. The last fragrance that I have here is kind of an honorable mention because there's technically no boozy notes in it. But when I smell it, it smells boozy to me. And I've heard some other people say it smells boozy to them as well. So here we are mentioning it in a boozy video, okay? So this is none other than Armani C Intense. This is the 2021 version. This is newer to me. I've only had it a few months, but I absolutely love it. And I wish I would have picked it up a long time ago. So it smells so good. I feel like Armani C is super popular. It's been around for years. It's a classic. I'm sure most of you all know how that smells. This one does smell like that, but it's deeper, and to me, it smells boozier. So I find this kind of hard to explain, honestly. I think black currant is the note in here that gives it a little bit of fruitiness, but I never really think of this as a fruity fragrance. It's a dark fruitiness mixed with a woodiness and possibly some patchouli, but to me, it's just a very full, sweet, boozy scent. And I feel like I'm horrible at describing that. I honestly feel like that wasn't a great description at all. But to speak more on the booziness, I feel like it smells like there is a red wine or a fruit liquor in here. If you've ever had some sort of fruit liquor, maybe like blackberry liquor, I think that's the thing. Blackberry liquor, to me, it smells like that is mixed in with this fragrance. It's absolutely stunning. I know I didn't do a good job of explaining it, but that's all the reason why you should go out and try to smell this. Now, unfortunately, like none of the stores around me sell this in store, and they never did, which is why I never got it until recently. But if you're able to go smell this, definitely go smell it. I think if you have the original Armani C, then you probably don't need this one. I do have the original, but I love this one more. To me, it's deeper, richer, boozier, sexier. Love it. I'll be keeping both because I still love the original as well, but this one is better. It's better, y'all. I hardly ever say that about a flanker, but this one is definitely better. So again, that is Armani C Intense 2021. So those were the boozy fragrances that I wanted to share with you all today. Let us know in the comments down below if you've tried any of the fragrances that I mentioned. What do you think of them? Also, are you a person who likes boozy fragrances, or are you scared of them? Did I make you want to try some of these? Let us know that in the description box as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed and have your notification bells on. I typically upload videos 3 times a week, so I have tons of content on my channel that you can check out in your free time. Also, if you want to further connect with me, check out my blog. I recently relaunched it. It's www.simplyaisha.com, and I plan on sharing all types of things over there. So definitely come and join my blog family. Subscribe to the email list so you'll be notified when I do new posts on there. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, that's another way you can connect with me. I typically am in my stories almost every day, and I love to chat with y'all in my stories and my DMs. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.